Hello everyone, my name is Sheffrey and welcome back to another project I probably shouldn't be taking on, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's going to be 120 cooling systems and then as a bonus 3,300 aluminum ingots per minute. Now 1,800 of those are committed to a future project already, I think, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And then the rest we'll just kind of hang on to, and those can be used in a future unknown project, kind of like that quick wire from last time. But anyway, welcome back. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to ask you to maybe like and subscribe the video, because I think, as far as I know, that lights the buttons up down below. So if you want Santa Claus to bring you everything you wanted this year, go ahead and like the video and leave a comment down below. I appreciate you guys being here for another one. It is time to head on over, but before we do that, I'm going to talk about trains. As you can see on my to-do list, my to-do list is oddly short. Well, you'll find out in a little bit, because my to-do list for this project was too long to put in a to-do list. So I made the physical one in the world. But we need to talk about my trains. So I ran into an issue while I was trying to set things up where I didn't realize, because I'm new to trains, I didn't realize you actually had to keep the tracks further apart than I had them. So when I was trying to set up my actual train line for this project, and then set up, because there's going to be multiple trains for this project, so I'm going to have to use all the signals and everything, pass signals and stuff. Tried to start using them. Turns out doesn't work when your tracks are that close together. So let's talk about my new train stuff that I haven't quite finished yet, but I've started some of it at least. And I can show you guys here. So in my train stuff, I still have everything left here from before, because, I mean, I may find some uses for it. I mean, if I need a double track that doesn't need path signaling, then, I mean, this can always work still as well. And then we have my single track to use in the future. But these are my new ones. So here I've started also using hypertubes. And I also made some with no tubes as well. But I'll show you the one, I'll show you the straight piece with the hypertubes on it, because it's already set up and ready to go. So obviously quite a bit more of an advanced piece of rail system that I'm going for here. So I'm also, while I'm doing this, I'm actually going to take these and make them normal colored again, because on the turn, this purple part, the clipping really stands out and I don't really like it that much. So I'm gonna make sure I save that this time. So you have two pillars in the middle with hypertubes going in either direction. I know you can kind of travel both directions in a hypertube, but this way it's just going to keep things a little more organized for myself. And, you know, if I ever decide to add, you know, some more people into the world too, that might come in handy. So I also have some street lights kind of clipped in, just give myself some lighting. And then the track will actually run itself. Let me grab to transport here. The track itself actually runs down the middle here now. So I don't actually put them on just yet, but I will put them on in the future. So that'll be running down either side, and then I'm just working on building. I have the right-hand curves. I haven't built the actual left-hand curves yet. But that's essentially what I'm going for. It is just some foundation, 3 foundations wide is what people mentioned in the Discord, so hopefully that works out better now. I just put some chrome walls on the side, a little bit of, what do I go with here? Carbon steel finish beam, and we got some high barriers and low barriers. I think it looks pretty good. So you'll see it actually in action once we actually get over there. I am going to be headed off to the Red Sand Desert, or whatever. No, this is the Red Sand Desert. This is the Rocky Sand Desert. That's where we're going today. We're going to this top corner section right here. And I'll kind of explain why I picked it over there in a little bit. Whoa. I'll explain why I picked it when we get over there in a little bit. But now that I've kind of talked a little bit about my trains, hopefully this will work better in the future. And for anyone who was following along and used my train blueprints, I sincerely apologize. And hopefully these work out better for us now. So, other quick thing I just wanted to mention briefly before we get on over to our factory. I do know, obviously, if you're at the time you're watching this, 1.1 is out on the experimental branch. It's cool. It's awesome. I can't really get it to work very well. It's more seems to be an Epic Games problem than the actual game itself, like the Satisfactory issue. Because I mean, once I'm in, it's fine and it usually works pretty well. But actually getting the game to open is just, I don't know why it's such a headache. But it keeps like messing everything up, and so I'm just gonna wait until either a patch comes out, maybe in a few days, and I can try again. Or, I mean, honestly, it shouldn't be too long before 1.1 actually comes to the stable branch anyway. So we're going to carry on just to 1.0 for now, and then hopefully maybe, you know, it could be the next episode, could be the episode after that, could be a few episodes from now that we actually get into it. But, you know, it just doesn't seem to work that well for me. The game keeps crashing, and Epic Games just like logs me out. It's just all sorts of issues. So anyway, thank you guys again for supporting the channel, those on our Patreon and our YouTube channel membership. Now, without further ado, let's head on over to our new factory. All right, we made it. Here we are at what is going to be the cooling system and the aluminum ingot factory, and potentially maybe some more things down the road. As you can see, there's 2 buildings here. And then this is that train line that I was also talking to you guys about. So as you can see, I kind of also started using some path signals here. I'm not 100% sure if they're actually going to work, but it actually does separate my tracks into different systems now. That was the problem before, was it just considered all of my train just one consistent entire loop, which doesn't work. So it's now hopefully going to work a little better, and I got my hyper tubes there. Some are boosters, some are not, so you don't go like insanely crazy fast and break the game. And then you have this tower here. This is where most of the things are going to happen. On this lower section here is where we're going to have our trains kind of coming in. So off this main track here that is going to go out and around the world. And then as we progress through this this multi-part episode series, you'll start to see this track grow as we start to have to bring things in. You'll see the numbers here in just a second. And then this little box factory thing over here that I kind of tried to color code in a similar fashion to the pipes in the, like the steel pipes in the game. This whole section here is going to be set up to do iron pipes, a whole bunch of them. It's going to take 2,400 iron ore, turned into 2,400 iron ingots, and then that's going to be turned into iron pipes. So that's going to take, there's 2 pure iron nodes right there, 2 pure iron nodes right here. And then in the future, once we get the Mark 6 belts, we can actually just take those 2 off and use them for something else. And this whole factory can just run off those 2 nodes right there. And the rest of this, as you're going to see the numbers, once we get over to my little work board in progress there, you guys can probably see in the distance. It's just going to be so great. I'll take you guys over there. We can talk about some numbers for this giant build project. Yeah, that's a pretty good picture right there. I'll take a screenshot just real quick. All right, welcome to my first ever physical to-do list. All right, we talked about trains. Trains suck. Just kidding. My trains suck. Trains actually are really cool in the game. I'm definitely going to be using more of them. I just, you know, wish I hadn't wasted so much time not knowing how to use trains, and probably could have saved myself a lot of headaches. I think I have a general understanding of how they work now, but any other questions, I'm probably going to be hitting you guys up in the Discord. So, welcome. 120 cooling systems, 3,300 aluminum ingots. We've got our train to-do list here. We need 5,000 bauxite in. We need 1,200 coal to come in, because some of that is going to come from right here, I believe. And then we also need to bring in 600 copper ore, because we only have a little bit right here as well. And then 1,500 aluminum ingots will be just extra. Once this is all said and done, that can go into an extra train. And then we'll have 1,800 aluminum ingots going out for fused modular frames. And that's probably going to get trained to somewhere else. I don't know where I'm going to build that fused modular frames build yet, but that is basically all the trains we're going to have to bring in. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sets of train stations we're going to need for this one. And then we're going to actually, maybe 4. I think maybe I can do coal and the copper probably in the same like train line, like train sets of train stations. I'm not going to mix them in the same cars, but should actually tighten things up a little bit. Moving on, we will have all of our miners that we have to set up. We have 3,000 coal total that we need per minute. We have 2,400 iron ore per minute. That's what we're going to be starting with today. We have 784 total copper ore per minute. We're going to do not that today, but we will set up some of the constructors. We need 5,000 bauxite per minute coming in. That's going to be quite a little work. 1,440 nitrogen gas per minute. That's actually just off the backside of the build here. And then 3,243 water per minute. But that is basically all going in, or most of it is going into the aluminum section. And then a little bit we will be going into the pure copper ingot recipe. Oh, also we're doing steamed copper ingot, or steamed copper sheet as well too. And moving on from there, we've got 25 this is our refiner section, and a couple smelters. We've got 25 sloppy alumina refiners. We have 25 alumina scrap refiners. We have 50 to 60, I don't know exactly how many, refiners for the pure copper ingots, because I need to send them in 3 different directions, so I'll probably split them up a little bit. Then we need 32, same for this one, I need 32-ish steamed copper. I think it's actually exactly 32. But like I may add a couple more just to make it like 35 or something like that. But then from there we have 150 pure aluminum ingots. Those are smelters. And then we have 80 iron ingot smelters. That's also going to be getting done today. And then moving down to the assembler section, what a to-do list we have. 40 40 assemblers for alclad aluminum sheets, 32 assemblers for heat sinks, 24 assemblers for stators and steel rotors, so you'll have 48 there total. Then you'll have 12, like those two will get fed into these 12 doing the motors. Most of this is probably going to get set up today. I think I'll probably do like the iron ingots into the pipes and then get some of this set up ready for the copper next time. And then we'll have 24 blenders making cooling devices, which is an alternate recipe. And then on the very end, I have my constructors here. We have 56 constructors for copper wire, and I have 24 constructors for iron pipe. What an absolute mouthful, and that's why on the to-do list we have get to work. So yeah, I think today, and to start, I mean, probably over the next, like this episode and a little bit next episode, is basically going to be taking care of the motors. So I believe I need 60 motors per minute. So it's going to be, you know, a little bit of a project. But I think we can do it. So let's start off our day following our to-do list here. We are going to go and hit up our 2400 iron ore per minute and get that set up flowing into that factory. And then we will also get the 80 irons. So we'll get the ore and smelters set up first. I mean, it's kind of colored like the steel pipes in the game, right? I just use a lot of coated concrete, some glass walls, some different colors, different shades in the concrete. Got some lights here in the back. I mean, I think it looks okay. That's like I said, I was essentially just going for the steel pipe color combo, and I think it worked out pretty well. You come inside here, got some lights up top. I need to put in some walls up top there to cover up that clipping, and this clipping down below. That's easy enough. So we just go like this, drag these across. Do the same up top. And then I believe this one was swatch 12. I look about the same? Yeah, it does. Oh, no, not that one. This one is swatch. This is my rocket fuel color. So I've got it all labeled out here for us. We need 90. I'm doing 90 just because it splits up easier. Technically, you only need 80 if you wanted to do some load balancing. But the way this is going to work is you're going to be moving 2400 iron ingots, which I would tell you right now is a whole lot easier when you do it in 6 groups of 15 instead of trying to split it up in like trying to share it the other way and then do it that. This should just be hopefully a whole lot easier. So we're going to set up, I need 4 Mark III miners. Actually, I guess I don't really need the Mark III miners, do I? I guess you could probably get away with Mark II. There we go. Fully overclocked Mark IIs. I'm actually, I know normally I build my platforms just fully across, but I think I'm going to do kind of similar to how that Samor, you guys remember that Samor factory I built in the very, very, very beginning of the series? I kind of like the whole like open pit idea. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave these open mining like this, and then I'll just bring like some lifts like right here for them to come up to. If I go, what do I need? Probably these. Then we'll go like one here, right there. Actually, no, it needs to be in one. One right there, one right there. There we go. Something new for a change. Just trying out some new designs and, you know, trying to make sure things are not always going to be the exact same every time we build stuff. I think it looks pretty cool. I'll probably make some slight alterations as we go. And if you guys have any more ideas, if I can make it look even cooler, let me know down below. I think the only thing I probably would have done maybe different is give it even more space. And then I could have added my like little decor stuff. It's like the miner with the walkway on it. I probably could have fit these in. Because it's a little, not the cleanest thing right now. I can maybe clean it up a little bit, but that's good. We'll do that in the future. Let's grab our iron smelter blueprints now. We can start sending them up in here. I have a lizard doggo hanging out in here for some reason. How you doing? Can I pet you? There you go. Cool. So I think the best way of doing this is, what was I saying? It was going to be 6 groups of 15, right? Okay, so that's probably going to be going down. Oh, I don't have power coming all the way across the building yet. Hang on. God, I can't survive without my hover pack at this point. Okay, so blueprints. We've got our, we go to, not a refinery, not refineries, foundries. There it is. Okay, so we got our iron ore smelters. I'm going to start off with our stackable one here. I'm going to set it in. Where do I need to set this so I can actually decorate this all properly? So it looks like we're going to need a little bit of space here. So it might actually be better if I just go in this direction. Then give myself just a little bit of space to bring things in. So we'll go one back. Alright, I just had to figure out where they were going to go. Okay, so I got my first 15 in. So that would mean I need 6 groups of these. So that would be 1 here. So basically if I could go like 1, but see the problem here is I'm going to run out of room because I didn't build my factory big enough. But, oh, the autosave is a little long there. I think if I go 15 here, 15 about here-ish, that'll give me 30. And then I'll do another 30 on top of that. I should hopefully have enough room. Let's find out. So if I go one more stacker here, let's just hold it there for now. I do have enough space on top. Okay, so that'll work out. So let's go, let's grab these ones here. I'm also gonna have them face the same way because I'm kind of sending everything in this direction, and then it's gonna go up through here into the into the constructors upstairs. So grab one more set of these, pop these down, give ourselves a little bit of room. I want them to line up with them though. There you go, something like that. So that'll be 30 now. And then so what I'm gonna do, actually I suppose I can just leave this spot open in the middle. We'll double stack these. If I go, will they sit on top? Why not? Why doesn't blueprint mode work here? Either way, it's pretty easy to put in. We'll just go like this. Make sure they're all facing the right way. That's sitting in the right spot. Should be. It is. Okay, so we'll go. Yes, there we go. So we're gonna go 1. I'll put another one in here, hopefully. Be nice to me. Try to put a and speak English because I'm trying to put a mega project together here. So we're gonna do another 15 there. That should sit in there perfectly. Right there, and then another one here. Okay, there we go. Sorry, the game was lagging so hard trying to put those blueprints down for some reason. So that is 60. So that means I just need basically another 15 on each side. So instead of my stacker blueprint here, we're gonna go to the non-stacker. We're going to go pop it in here. So the only thing I may have to do is I may have to move that power bar down. But I mean, if that's the worst thing I have to do, then that's totally fine. So I'm going to try to put these roughly in about the same spot everyone else has been going. Does that line up properly or no? I may have to move over one. There we go. It's like I'm a professional. 90 iron smelters down. The only thing I'll have to do now is actually hook them up to each other. Just like this. And double check. Okay, so on some of my blueprints, I realized I'm going to have to go back through and some of the belts didn't all get upgraded to Mark V, but these ones I believe I built after I even had Mark Vs unlocked, so these ones should all be fine. But like some of my assembler blueprints and everything, they still have Mark IV blueprints on them because I forgot to change them. Alright, cool. So now that those are in and I've got the belts connected to connecting them together, I'm going to basically split these into... I'll just share them. Each floor would be 30, right? So, or no, I guess I want these in 6 groups. Yeah. All right, this actually keeps it nice and easy too, because since it's 6 groups of 15, we can just send them upstairs connected to the constructors. So the constructors, like I said earlier, we need 24 constructors, which is going to be perfectly done in 4 groups of 6. Or sorry, 6 groups of 4. That's what I had to say. Each of these is connected. So let's take that the other way around. 6 groups of 4. Alright, so now that we're ready for our constructors, I just wanted to put in a little extra floor here because I have a feeling I'm going to have to double stack these. So 6 groups of 4. Obviously isn't going to fit on just this one floor here. So I think maybe what I'll do is can I fit 3 groups of 4 per floor? If we do like 1 or 1. Actually, no, they're better going this way. So like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See if we can do that. So let's grab our blueprint here. I'll grab our 5 will I have enough room for that? Alright, I'm doing 5s because it just fits better. Like literally right in the middle. And it'll be nice and easy. And then we'll just end up downclocking. So we'll do 1, 2. Can I fit 3? Please tell me I can fit 3. Oh, it's so perfect. Okay, we'll just have to add in a little bit extra on the back here. It's okay. Totally fine with that. So we'll get those in right there. Actually, you know what? I can even probably snug these up a little closer too. Well, actually, it wouldn't make enough difference to put it in differently. So put those in like that, and then we'll go to the top floor here and do the same thing. So we'll have to add in a little bit more of a floor here. Doesn't come through the window, does it? I don't think it will. No, okay. You can see it through the window, but that's okay. So we're going to go grab our 5 constructor blueprint here. Put that in right in the middle. Just like that. 2 and a third one. Hey. How did I go from having enough space to not having enough space? Oh, because this is the bottom section I'm stretching out on. Okay, so I'm going to do this where I just add myself a little bit more room. And there we go. That'll work fine, because I'm going to have to extend this out a little bit anyway for those smelters on the backside. Now that makes more sense. Okay, so we'll have our 6 groups of 4, but it's actually now 6 groups of 5. With one underclocking happening. So it is now also a total of 30 iron pipe constructors. But that's okay. I think it looks good that way. So we got 15 and 15 there. Now I just need to hook everything up to power and all the belts. And then so we'll have all the pipes can come together into one, and that'll feed over there into that factory. But these will connect up easily to this part. So if I connect up each one of these, a belt line to these constructors, easy peasy, and it's done. Okay, so to merge all these together now, since I need all the mergers to come together, I'll put a merger right... Does fit in right here? Right there. Okay, so we'll send it down that way. Put a merger right here as well. Connect up you guys. There we go, that won't clip into the constructors either. And then I'm going to put a constructor or a merger. Actually, here, I'll put a floor. Not get in the way. It's going to get in the way. Oh, I'll just put up and over. Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll put a floor hole right here. Where's this merger? Probably about right there. Bring it. Oh. Bring that down. I want the input from there. Okay, so that's snapped in nicely. And then that's going to connect up with these ones. This isn't going to work, is it? No, it's not. Okay, so try that again. I got it. It should actually be this one coming down. So we'll send this one towards me. I'll put another merger right here, facing out like that. Floor hole. You to you, and then merger in front of this one. Connected to you. And then finally we can do the lift connected to the merger. There we go. So that will be all of our pipes connected up together. And then, because I don't know if I want to send it out the side of this I mean, I may just send it out the side like set it like a wall hole here. This 1.1, I finally get conveyor wall holes. I'm so excited. There's so many good things about 1.1 I'm really looking forward to. If I end up updating it during this like mega project, the only downfall is I'm probably going to end up committing like a half an hour of an episode to just looking at all the cool new stuff in 1.1. So, I mean, yeah, if I do end up doing that in an episode though, I'll leave timestamps so it's just easy to get through. Okay, so that's all connected in terms of the mergers, so that's all good now. Now, I do need to get these hooked up to their respective holes here. And so this one, we'll put a floor hole, let's say a little further out like this. And then same for this one, a little further out like this. Bring these up to here. And then for this one, because he's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, I will also tuck this hole back in here. Actually, I suppose what I can do is I'll just put a floor hole here. And then we'll just bring this up here. The same height. There we go. Lock that one in there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. Okay, so each one of those floor holes that we're going to fly down here and see from below. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Yeah, sorry. 1, 2, 3. I can't even count, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each of those is just going to get connected to one of these lines from down here, and that will be our pipes done. That was pretty easy. There you go. It wasn't hard at all. That was probably the easiest thing I've probably put together lately, aside from the fact that I mean, I cut it out just because it was just a waste of a good amount of time. Even though I changed the sign, I still put down 4 groups of 6 because I don't know why. But then I was like, well, I just go ahead and cut that chunk out of the recording. It'll be fine. But anyway, now we've actually got those hooked up, mostly ready to go. We don't have any power hooked up to it yet, and I haven't actually finished hooking up these belts because I still have to hook up those 2 things over there. And those are going to get hooked up into here. Now, this is where it's going to get a little weird. I got to turn 4 into 6. But, I mean, I feel like that shouldn't really be too difficult. It'll definitely get a lot easier when these are able to be turned into Mark III miners, because then they can just hit a splitter each. And then we'll have, you know, 3 lines of it's basically a line of 400 to each one. We'll basically have an easier way of it. It'll split up to each one easier. But for now, it's going to be a little more complicated, and we're going to have to turn this 4 into 6. I don't know if I'll like perfectly blend it for now, but we'll just make it work at least for now. All right, I haven't built the load balance or anything yet, but I just want to kind of get some of this up and running so we can actually test it, make sure it mostly works, make sure everything's connected properly. So we've got those connected up. I haven't hooked up a tower, which we'll do right now. Hook that up in there. Make sure everyone's ready to go. Otherwise, oh, right. Connect that up to there. That should be everyone going there. Should start pumping out iron ingots. That's good. That's what I like to see. They're not going anywhere yet. What happened? Oh, that's why. I haven't connected anybody. Well, those ones I did. Okay, it's just the top ones I didn't. Okay, so those are going to be going up top here. Into the constructors that don't have power yet. We'll power those really quick. Do I power up on this floor in general? I don't think I do. I think it's just below me. So we're going to have to bring that up really quick. Let's put a temporary one here. Clean this up in a little bit. Why is that not... Oh, because I didn't actually set these yet. Alright, cool. Looks like I've powered on a few things. I got some steel pipes going through. So I believe that should work now. And then the steel pipes are going to be coming out of here, if I remember correctly. Awesome. Okay, so that is now all connected up properly. So I can go over to our manual to-do list and check some of this off. And then I'll just kind of connect this one up. Like, this will all connect. I don't have the input for these yet, but we'll kind of skip ahead from that part. And we can go start setting up our assemblers over in the main building here. Alright, manual to-do list. So we can change this now to... Which one is it? Or should I just do this one? Does that work? Yeah, I mean, that kind of works. Okay, so we have our 90 iron ingot smelters done. And then now we are going to do our 24 stators and 24 steel rotors. And then probably even the 12 motors, because it should be a pretty quick setup. Obviously, I'm not going to be turning any of these on. I just want to get these kind of done. And then, oh, we got our 24 iron pipe up here done as well. So let's go here. Yeah. Oh, I don't have my jetpack on. That's why. There's no power in this building yet. We're going to have to bring that over for sure. All right, so we have... How many floors did I even build on this place? We got the bottom floor is the train station. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6, probably about 5 floors to this. So actually, I think before we end the episode off today, I'll probably end up doing the train stations. So let's do the assemblers, and then we'll do the train stations, and then we'll maybe call it a day. But I think the assemblers will probably go on this floor. I'll probably send them going down this way since, you know, 24 is obviously quite a bit. And I still don't have... Do I have stacking assemblers yet? I do have stacking assemblers. Okay, that's perfect. So I need 24 for the 24 for the stators and 24 for the rotors. They're basically getting fed by the same thing here. So we're gonna go do 24 and then 24. Like maybe do the 24. Can it go all down one line? Probably not. I'll probably have to do 2 stacks of 12. Yeah, I think I'll do double stacks of 12. Probably work out for the best. So we got 12 here. And then I'll do another 12 on top. Make sure everyone's kind of facing the right direction. Another one like... Oh, that's not right. Oh, wait, no, that is right. Yeah, as long as they're... Blueprint mode actually makes this a lot easier. There we go. They got 12. So that'll be 24. That can be the stators. And then we'll have to do that again for the rods. Let me grab... blueprint one more time. Kind of just stack them here right next to each other. Make sure they're still facing the same direction though. Let's face them the same way, right? Okay, good. So we'll go 1. See how well these snap in together. Man, it's so easy. Who would have thought it'd be that easy to put down 48 assemblers in like literally 30 seconds. So the only thing I'll have to do is connect them all together. The only thing we'll have to watch for now is, so one of these stacks of 24, we'll say this one just for example, one of them is going to get 720 wire, and then the other one is going to get 960 wire. So that's going to have to be like obviously 2 separate feeds. But the other one is going to be the steel pipe, and that's just going to be the one line of 600. We'll just put it in a splitter, and then we'll feed we'll feed the 4 from there. Okay, and then last but not least, in the assembler part of the motor section of this build is going to be 12 more of these. I guess I don't need them to be stacking, but yeah, I'm not that pressed for them. So we'll go non-stacking assemblers here. Number 3, and then we'll put them, don't have to be crazy far away. I ran out of power there. There we go. I'll put them about right here. I can actually see. Lock that in. I do look forward to, I know 1.1 we get like the infinite nudge and vertical nudging. I'm so excited for those. Like that's going to make my building so much easier. Let me actually turn these around here. There we go. So let me lock that in. Oh, that's G, not the button I was looking for. So there we got H locked in. Put it about right there. Okay, perfect. There's my power back again. So we're just going to do 12 of these. Like blueprint mode, can I put them next to each other? Perfect. Here we go. We got 12 assemblers, and those are all going to be doing motors. So those can all be hooked up, probably even in between the episodes. They're not really even doing anything right now, so it's not a big deal. Make sure all your power is connected. So, like I said, rotors in one, stators in the other, and then motors. And that should be the 60 motors per minute we're looking for. Now, since that was so easy, and I was like, man, I don't want to just end the episode off after just kind of spam clicking a bunch of assemblers down that I can't even hook up yet. We're going to come down here, and we're going to do my train stations. So I needed, I think probably 2, how many train stations do we need for 5,000 bauxite? I feel like it's 2 trains and then like 8 train cars. I think probably what I'll do is I'll do the bauxite like right here. I think this is where I'd like the actually, I guess it should be the last one in line, so it's always out of the way. So we'll start the bauxite from down here. Do I have any power down here? I do, okay. So I want to figure out where generally I want to put my train stations down that I can actually fit still. I think I need to enough for 8 train cars, maybe even 9 train cars. Alright, I had to throw in 1 train because otherwise I was like, man, I don't even know where I'm going to start. So I've kind of picked an arbitrary spot here towards the back, and it looks like I can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trains, platforms, and I could technically add in a 9th, I think, on the back if I really wanted to, but I think I'll just stick with the 8. Typically, I believe 8 train cars is about the max you want to load anyway before you start having troubles with speed. So I'm going to start setting up. I think what I'll do is I'll leave them about that much space in between. Because this one started right on the edge here. And then so if I start this one right on that edge, it should basically line up that too. If I follow that all the way along, they'll be perfectly spaced out with each other. So that would be the bauxite train. Let's call this one would be the coal and the copper train. This one would be some aluminum ingots going somewhere. And then this could be some more aluminum ingots going somewhere else. And so that gives me... I have enough space for that, right? 4 train stations? Oh, perfect. Okay, so... And we're going to put in... Actually, I'll just put in... I'll fill all these in so it's actually just all lined up with each other. We may not even use all 8 in each section, but at least we'll have them if we need them. So these ones I'll set kind of facing inwards. And then this one, you can technically have them facing each other if they're all unloading, which these ones are. Actually, wait, these ones would be loading, so actually that's not going to work. So let me turn these around. There we go. So now that those are in, now we just have to create this train system. So we'll bring one in. How does that line up? Does that kind of just line up perfectly? I think it kind of does. So we'll go one, we'll go there. Bring the other one. Leave it to about right here. No, that's probably going to be too sharp. Put it about right there. Is that in the middle? There we go. Yep, that works. Okay, so put one there. Oh, ran out of power. Ran out of power. Where'd it go? That was right over my head. Oh, it doesn't stretch this far? Okay. That's lame. Give myself some power here. And I'm so not good with trains. One day I'll be good though. Okay, so we got one coming in here. Goes there. Okay, so we'll have all our trains are going to come in through this line here. And then one can turn here. One can turn here. Make sure these are all turned. I don't know if there's actually that makes... They kind of turn on their own anyway. But make sure those are all turning to the right. And then these will all be set to unload. They're set to load right now. And then these ones over here are going to stay as the load. These are going to be our aluminum shipping things around. And then we're going to come around to the back here, put in these last freight platforms I need to add in. So it's just running out of copper. Like that, and there. And then totally fine to have them facing each other because they're both loading. I'm running out of copper wire. And then I just have to do the same thing on the back here. Where I grab my railway. I'm going to bring it out. It's probably going to want to come to about... I like to bring it out a little extra just so it has some space to move. So it's probably going to want to come to about here. Then we'll just double check. It will. Okay. So we're going to go for this one. Come to about there. And for this one, same thing. Right there. And on the outside, doesn't really matter quite as much. It can definitely take a bit of a wider turn. And then we're just going to get these all connected back up. And these will compete. These will complete the train loop at least down in the basement here. Oh, I missed a station right here. And still waiting on more cables, so that's okay. And then we're going to bring this one all the way around. I've got the exit station all the way set up right here. So it's probably going to come to... I think I have it lined up with this center section here. So we're going to bring it back a ways. And there we go. We've got a beautiful train line, at least mostly started. And then each of these, I'll probably name them for each one that they need to be. And then we can start hopefully setting up some train lines ever so slowly in between these episodes here. Like I said, we got to bring a lot of stuff in. A 5,000 bauxite. That's probably going to be the hardest one, because especially since the bauxite, 2 of the bauxites I'm using are up on that plateau over there. So it's going to be a long way to bring those all the way down. But at least we've got our train lines we got the train stations hooked up, so I won't take these off the to-do list yet. But at least we got our train stations more or less laid out, so we know kind of where things need to go and where things are going to be coming in. So thank you guys for hanging out for a bit of a weird first episode of a mega project we're going to be taking on, kind of covering some things that I messed up on, and hopefully just getting a bit of a head start on putting some of these together so we can take our list here. Where's my power really not stretch all the way to this list? Come on, Sheffrey. There we go. Okay, now I can hover here at least. So we have done the steel rotors, we got the stators, and we got the motors. So we got all those done today. We kind of got the iron ore set up. We're going to finish that. I'll finish that in between the episodes at least. I'll probably build the balancer I need as well. Or I may just skip it for now, because we're really close to getting those Mark 3 or Mark 6 conveyor belts. Because we can, once we've finished this one, like this project, I'll probably do the fuse modular frames, and then from there we can do a copper powder setup, and that'll get our nuclear pasta kind of going. And then once that one is done, the other ones can more or less be handcrafted. You can't really handcraft nuclear pasta. It's a little bit too hard. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's more or less impossible unless you want to handcraft copper powder, which don't do that. Don't ever do that. So that'll be that's probably the next like month or two in terms of our projects of going forward, because some of them are pretty big. But I appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hang out in the Discord if you want. And I will see you guys for part 2 of this project pretty soon. Have a good one.